Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having a fantastic day today. I want to get right back into Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and this time we're going to go through the one party member in this game that I do not like, Lann. Lann is boring, incredibly boring to me personally. I feel like he continues a long line of tradition in RPGs that whoever is the main female romance guy is an absolutely awful character. The women always get screwed over. I made myself a nice little list. Cartho Nancy, boring as hell. Uh, uh, Caden and Jacob from the Mass Effect series, whack. Both of them. Anders, Dragon Age, awful. Absolutely awful. Special shout out to Thane and Solus. Even though they were good characters overall, why is it the women always get the romances where something awful has to happen at some point in the game? Like, seriously. Lann continues that tradition. He's the boring, goody two shoes type of guy, and I can't stand it. In combat, he's decent, I guess, but he's decent in a way that doesn't even make sense for his character. Let's get into it. Since he's supposed to be a monk, we'll choose a monk photo. So we'll scroll down to monk. And he is a Zen archer. Some monks see to become one with another weapon entirely, the bow. The Zen archer takes a weapon most other monks eschew and seeks perfection in the pull of a taut bowstring, the flex of a bow's limbs, and the flight of an arrow fired true. Now you read this description and you would think, oh, so you must have deep conversations with him about how much the bow means to him and the process he went through to develop this deep connection with one bow in particular. Ain't none of that in the game. None of it. Why is this man a Zen archer? I digress. Moving on. He is a mongrel. Mongrels are not available, so we're just going to pick human. And we'll get his points as close as we possibly can. Okay, so Lann gets a 17 in strength, 17 in dexterity, 14 in constitution, 11 in intelligence, 17 in wisdom, and I'm sorry, we can pull this down, a 7 in charisma. Monster stats that we definitely are not able to duplicate here. Now, you see he specializes in quite a few stats: athletics, mobility, stealth, world, religion, perception, and persuasion. I would highly recommend that you level him in athletics. He is one of the few characters in the game that actually starts out with a decent stat level in strength. And so he's definitely a good character to put athletics on if you are not yourself rolling a strength-based character. Other than that, everything else, you can pick whatever you like. Okay, and for his first feat, he gets point blank shot. And this second feat is just because we're human, so I'll go proficiency light armor, even though that's not something he would need to use. And then for his background, we can go under Wanderer, and then he is a hunter. Hunters add Lord Nature and Perception to the list of his class skills. She also becomes proficient with short bows and long bows, so you could use either one for Lann. All right, and he gets Zen Archer bonus feats. Go ahead and choose Precise Shot. You can shoot or throw ranged weapons at an opponent engaged in melee without taking the standard -4 penalty on your attack roll. And Lawful Good. And we'll say Brave for him. All right, if we look at these stats, he does get an increase in unarmed strike. Among games improved, unarmed strike is a bonus feat. The damage dealt by a medium monk's unarmed strike increases over time. And an AC bonus when unarmored. The monk adds his wisdom bonus, if any, to his AC and CMD. In addition, a monk gains a +1 bonus to AC and CMD at 4th level. I don't think there's anything else here that we need to focus on. Let's go to the next level. Level up whatever skills you've chosen. Then you get another archer bonus feat. I will go ahead and get rapid shot. When making a full attack with a ranged weapon, you can fire one additional time this round at your highest bonus. All of your attack rolls take a -2 penalty when using rapid shot. By the way, you get Lann basically at the very beginning of the game, so he only has one level. So you are able to make this choice yourself. All right, and now we have the way of the bow. So you choose either a short bow or long bow. I personally go with long bow. All right, if you're level 3 feet, I'll go ahead and get deadly aim. You can choose to take a -1 penalty on all ranged attack rolls to gain a +2 bonus on all ranged damage rolls. And I'm sorry, I did not explain what this way of the bow does. A Zen Archer gains weapon focus as a bonus feat with one type of bow. And at 6th level, the weapon gains the monk gains weapon specialization with the same weapon as a bonus feat, even if he does not meet the requirements. So you do not need to take weapon focus longbow on its own. You automatically get that from way of the bow. All right, now we get point blank master, and we'll put that on longbow. And we get fast movement. So at 3rd level, a monk gains a +10 enhancement bonus to his base speed. You get Zen Archery. A Zen Archer may use his wisdom modifier instead of his dexterity modifier on ranged attack rolls when using a bow. Key Strike Magic. Key Strike allows the monk's unarmed attacks to be treated as magic weapons for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. And you have a key pool. At 3rd level, a monk gains a pool of key points, supernatural energy he can use to accomplish amazing feats. The number of points in a monk's key pool is equal to half his monk level plus his wisdom modifier, and it increases over time. All right, and finally, you get an extra attack. By spending 1 point from his key pool as a swift action, a monk can make one additional unarmed strike at his highest attack bonus when making a flurry of blows attack. All right, now you get to choose your first ability point. I personally recommend go ahead and getting that +3 in wisdom, and then from there focusing on dexterity. Okay, and at level 4, you get to choose your first key power. I will go ahead and select Bark Skin. I don't see him really as a caster, and so I wouldn't select Scorching Ray. This only increases his land speed, and True Strike, it helps with one attack, but I don't feel like it's worth the slot. Barkskin is probably your best choice at that time. All right, and level up the skills. For level 5, regarding feats, I don't think there's anything in this list right now that really helps you as an archer. So I would go with improved initiative. Your quick reflexes allow you to react rapidly to danger. You get a +4 bonus on initiative checks. Okay, you have key arrows. At 5th level, the Zen Archer always deals his unarmed damage with the arrows from his bows. For example, a medium Zen Archer short bow normally deals 1d6 damage. Using this ability, his arrows deal 1d8 damage. Okay, and now you get another key power. You might as well pick up Scorching Ray. And you get another Archer bonus feat. I will go ahead and pick up Mini Shot. When making a full attack with a bow, your first attack fires 2 arrows. If the attack hits, both arrows hit. Apply precision-based damage such as sneak attack and critical hit damage only once for this attack. All right, and now I will go ahead and get clustered shots at level 7. You take a moment to carefully aim your shots, causing them all to strike nearly the same spot. When you use a full attack to make multiple ranged weapon attacks against the same opponent, total the damage from all hits before applying that opponent's damage reduction. All right, and you get Cold and Iron Strike. The monk's unarmed attacks are treated as Cold Iron and Silver for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. And now we can start working on dexterity. And you get another key power, but this time you have some more options. So you can use Abundant Step, which is basically Dimension Door. You can try to poison your enemies. You can have Restoration, and there's Wholeness of Body. that allows you to heal a number of hit points. I would go ahead and go with Restoration. That's actually a really useful power to have around, and giving it to Lann and allowing his um, key power levels to be used to cast it probably will free up a couple of slots for your clerics as well. All right, and for the next feat, okay, for your level 9 feat, I'd scroll down and get Improved Critical and Longbow. And then for your next Zen Archer feat, I'd get Improved Precise Shot. Your ranged attacks ignore the mischance granted to targets by anything less than Total Concealment. Total Concealment provides their normal benefits against your ranged attacks. At 10th level, the monk's unarmed attacks are treated as lawful weapons for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. All right, level up skills again. And now we have another feat. I would get Snapshot. While wielding a ranged weapon, you threaten squares within your melee reach. You can make attacks of opportunity with that ranged weapon. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity when making a ranged attack as an attack of opportunity. And level up Dexterity again. Get your skills up. All right, and now you have a couple of more powers. So you have Diamond Body. A monk gains immunity to poisons of all kinds, and Spit Venom. Spit Venom. A monk with this key power can spend 2 points from his key pool as a standard action to spit a stream of venom at a target using a ranged touch attack. I'm not really all that high on either one of these, frankly, but I guess Diamond Body is okay. All right, and we scroll down. I would get Improved Snapshot. You threaten an additional 5 feet with Snapshot. Key pool. Okay, and now we have access to even more powers. So you have Cold Ice Strike. You can spend 3 points from his key pool as a swift action to create a flurry of ice slivers. Then you do a maximum of 15d6 damage. With Diamond Soul, the monk gains spell resistance equal to his current monk level plus 10. In order to affect the monk with a spell, the spellcaster must get a result on a caster level check, 1d20 plus caster level, that equals or exceeds the monk's spell resistance. Very nice, obviously. The Shout, they can spend 3 points from his key pool to announce a blast of energy. That'll do 20d6 damage. I go with Diamond Soul. And then for level 14 for your Zen Archer bonus feat, you got a couple of options here. I'm not crazy about either one of them, but you can go with Combat Reflexes, where you can make a number of additional attacks of opportunity per round equal to your Dexterity bonus, or you can go with Dodge, which is +1 bonus to your AC. I go with Combat Reflexes. And then you get another feat. Greater Snapshot. You threaten an additional 5 feet with Snapshot. Additionally, whenever you make an attack of opportunity using a ranged weapon and hit, you gain a +2 bonus on the damage roll and a +2 bonus on rolls to confirm a critical hit with that attack. All right, 20 on Dexterity. Level up more skills. Key pull. And you get another new one. Quivering Palm. A monk can set up vibrations within the body of another creature that can thereafter be fatal if the monk so desires. The target must make a fortitude save or die. Using this ability is a standard action that costs 4 key points. So, cool stuff. Honestly, I'm not big on any of these. Abundant Step might be nice because there are times where they try to force you into a certain area that isn't advantageous for the fight you're in. So it could be nice to be able to transport to somewhere else. And then we get Key Strike Adamantine. The monk's unarmed attacks are treated as adamantine weapons for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction and bypassing hardness. 17, 17, 17. Next feat. All right. And finally, we get Hammer the Gap. When you make a full attack, each consecutive hit against the same opponent deals extra damage equal to the number of previous consecutive hits you have made against the opponent this turn. Okay, so now that we've leveled them up, let's look at the Mythic path. So your first Mythic ability, you do have the option of picking Abundant Key. Your key pool increases by a number of points equal to your Mythic rank. If you've been doing a lot of spell casting, that might be nice. Me personally, I stick with him being an archer. Let's start with Distracting Shots. If you hit an enemy with a ranged weapon attack, they receive a penalty on AC against melee attacks equal to half your Mythic rank for 1 round. And for your first Mythic feat, I would say go with Rapid Shot. When using Rapid Shot, you ignore the feat's -2 penalty on attack rolls. For your next Mythic ability, I would say get Cleaving Shot. Each time you deal critical damage with your ranged weapon attack or reduce the target to 0 hit points, you deal your weapon damage to all other enemies in a 10-foot radius. For your next Mythic feat, I'd scroll down and get Weapon Specialization, Longbow. When using your chosen weapon, you gain a bonus equal to half your Mythic rank on damage rolls, and this stacks with Weapon Specialization and Greater Weapon Specialization. And finally, scroll down to the bigger they are. You gain a bonus on your attack rolls with ranged weapons equal to the penalty to AC the target receives from their size, if any. And for your final feat, I'd go into Improve Critical. Your critical multiplier with your chosen weapon is increased by 1. All right, and that is the build. So obviously you can see with Lann, he's someone that can do quite a bit of damage with his bow, and he gets some nice buffs and protection that he can use from his key power pool, but I don't care. I can't stand him. Can't stand him. I kick him out of my party with the quickness. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think of Lann? Or do you actually like his personality? Do you like having him on your team? Would you use this build for him? Or do you feel like there's a better way to build him up that'll even make him better as an archer or as a monk within the team? Let me know down in the comments. Leave me a like if you enjoyed this build. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care.